What mistakes should you avoid in your 20s? All right, if you don't know, pay attention, listen up, talk to you about it today. How you doing? Passive Income Tom bringing another video this Friday, trying to give you an idea on how to earn passive income, put passive income in your life, because my ultimate goal is to put $500 in your pocket every day, every month. So today I'm going to talk about what you can do in your 20s, because some of you may be millennials, early in your 20s. Maybe a couple ideas of what you can do and how to do, live the ultimate life you need to, and how to get out of debt, how to, put some money in your pocket, how to build wealth, which will come in the future, because things like that you've got to do today. You can't do it tomorrow. You can't wait till you're out of debt. I honestly started investing when I was still in debt, and there's always a way to do it. You just got to be able to allocate certain ways to do it and be able to fit it into the right pocket and fit where your money's going every month, because you have money coming in all the time, and you got to figure out where it's really going to go and what's the best way to do it. Yes, you may be concentrated on trying to pay off your debt, but things like your retirement, things like buying your house, whatever, those are going to be out there, and you've really got to get started in those areas sooner rather than later. If you wait till later, it's going to be so much harder to do it, so much harder to build your wealth, because you're going to almost triple and double the amount you're putting into your investments just to reach those goals. Today I'm actually going to give you a little bit off of what Jeff Rose, another YouTuber, I'm going to give you some idea on what he talks about in his article he put out in Forbes a couple months ago. I'm going to go over pretty quickly, and if I happen to look down, I'm not ignoring you. I'm looking at the article so I can give an idea and refresh my memory, just so I can cover what he wants to talk about in his article. All right, so let's get ready. Okay, the very first one he talks about is boosting your retirement contributions. A lot of you may have a 401k. If you don't have a 401k at your job, or a 403 or anything similar to that, you can open your own IRA. An IRA is simple to do, not that hard to do, but you've got to start putting money into that. It could be $50 a month, or it could be, you can max it out, whatever the contributions may be for that investment plan, because you need to get started on it sooner rather than later. Because if you wait till you're 30 or 40 to start putting away money in your retirement, you can also double and triple the amount by that point, because everything's about compound interest. Compound interest grows over time. That means the money you put away in your investments will grow a lot quicker, a lot faster than if you wait, 10, 20, or 30 years down the road. Because at that point, you're going to be really suffering, really in a lot of pain. You're going to be realizing, what did I do in my 20s? What did I do even in my 30s? But you've got to start early. Don't wait so long to do it. Start as early as you can. Sorry about that. I was shaking the table. I didn't realize I was messing up my screen. But you've got to be diligent in what you're doing. You've got to figure out where your money's going, because you got to sometimes pass on that Starbucks. You got to pass on an avocado toast, because that could be money you could put into your retirement plan. That's what you really need to do. It's all about thinking what you're doing today is going to help you out in the future for tomorrow. All right, let me go to the next one. You may see a lot of things about saying you can get rich quick. Investing is not a get rich quick scheme. You're investing for the long haul, the long term. So you got to watch for the ups and downs in the market. The market's going to go up and down, and it's almost, I consider investing just like a roller coaster. On a roller coaster, you're going to go up, you're going to go down, only to go back up again. That's how it is going to be when investing. You're going to have your good days, your bad days. You can have months when the market's not doing well at all. And that's when you've got to be so determined, so focused, and stay committed to whatever your goal is. Whatever you're focused on investing, and the market's going down, that may be the time to double down on that investment for that month. That's not the time to jump out of the market and run away. You got to stay focused, stay committed, and keep investing in those times like that. Because once the market rebounds, like I mentioned, as it's going down, it's going to start going back up eventually. So you've got to be stay focused, stay committed, because this is for the long haul. It's not for the next year. It's not for the 2 years down the road. It could be for 10 years down the road. It could be 20 years down the road. It could even be, especially if you're a millennial, it could be for 40 years down the road. That's how you got to change your mindset. The mindset today is you've got everything today, but investing is not like that. You've got to look at it for 20, 30, 40 years down the road, because that's the way you've got to look. You've got to look long term. Where do you want to be 40 years from today? Sit back and think about that. Where do you want to be 40 years from today? You want to be sitting on the beach, relaxing, retiring? Or do you be working for somebody forever because you don't have enough to retire at that point? You've got to really look committed, stay focused on what you want to do, because if you wait till in your 30s, 40s, it's going to be a lot harder for you to reach that age when you're in your 60s, when you want to retire and sit back and then just chill by that point. All right, so stay committed, stay focused, and look at this for the long haul. The next one, if you happen to get a raise or happen to get extra money, dip into your bank account, you've got to put that money and set it aside. Just commit, so live off of what you're living at this current point. If you happen to get a raise tomorrow, what you're living on today, that's what you need to keep living on. Anything you get into, anything extra you get tomorrow, you need to put that away in your investments immediately. Everything is so simple today. You can go back into your computer or your screen, your phone, whatever it may be, and change the allocations. Have them pull out that extra money you're getting in for the next month or whatever it may be. Have them automatically put that in your investment account. If your investment account is full or maxed out by that point, find another investment to put it into. Don't go and spend it. Don't think because you made that extra $100 or extra $100 a month that you can go and spend it because you want to. No, you need to change your thoughts, change your habits. This is all what it's about. It's all about changing your habits. You've got to take that money and invest it. Put it away because you got to save for that rainy day. You got to save it away for your investment for your future. Like I mentioned, you want to retire and sit back and you want to chill in your 60s, all right? All right, you've got the next one. You want to check out my video above, but you need to start putting away money in your emergency fund. If you put away money in your emergency fund, you will have it for those times when you need it. Your car could be breaking down one day. You couldn't even take an emergency trip to go see your family, your friends, or whoever who might be in the hospital. You've got to have that money set aside to do that. If you don't have that money set aside to do that, you're going to be struggling to say, or you don't want to keep maxing out your credit card. You want to have that money. You can pull it out of your bank account and say, bam, all right, and just go and pay for it right then and there. Hey, have that money set aside in your emergency fund. It could be a little, if you don't have much now, start putting away $20 a month, start putting away $100 a month, whatever it may be. Start building that emergency fund because emergencies do happen. All right, don't think you're Superman because emergencies are gonna happen. You can't be like Superman all the time. You're gonna be like Clark Kent. All right, things are gonna happen. Crap's gonna happen to you. So you've got to have that money set aside for emergencies just like that. You don't know what's going to happen, and the older you get, your parents can start getting sick, and you got to go visit them, take care of them, see how they're doing, because you need that money for the future. Emergencies will happen, I guarantee it. All right, this is the big one. I know you probably have debt. College debt is not going to go away. You're trying to figure out, what did you do in college to accumulate all this debt? Well, you've earned it, now you've got to pay for it. All right. You've got to, I'm pretty sure you have an investment plan or a plan to pay it off. Keep paying it off monthly. If you have extra money to put aside, start putting away money to pay it off quicker. Figure out how long it's going to take you to pay down that money. What's that time frame to pay it down? When are you going to reach that day you can say, hey, I'm debt free. I don't owe any more college debt. All right. Figure out when that timeline is going to be for you. And then once you have that extra money that's paid off, you can go put that money back in your investments. All right. So yes, I'm telling you, you've got to do both. You've got to pay off your you've got to pay off your debt as well as you've got to invest. You got to do both at the same time. Some people may disagree with me. Other people you may disagree with as well. But I'm telling you what you need to do because you have to put some money away because if you're not putting money away, it's really going to hurt you in the future. And the last one, don't buy the new car. Don't buy the new car. You saw my car in the very beginning, the BMW. I didn't buy it new. The last car I bought was also a BMW. I didn't buy it new. I buy used BMWs. That's a secret, all right? It still looks beautiful. I mean, it's a couple years old, had a couple miles on it. I don't care if it doesn't smell good. It's my car. I can say I own a BMW. Nobody's gonna know you don't own a new BMW. As long as you have a BMW or whatever it may be, whatever car you like, I'm gonna say, hey, you own that nice car, all right? You've got to try so hard not to buy the new car because the new car is, I know you heard, as soon as you drive it off the lot, you're going to lose 10 to 15% immediately. That's thousands of dollars, all right? Buy that used car and just drive it for years, okay? The last car I had, I drove for 10 years. The car before that, I drove for 10 years. Because there's going to be a point when the expenses on the car are going to get too much and you're going to be like, this is ridiculous, let me just get rid of it and find something else. There are going to be those times in life when you got to do that. If you can drive it longer than 10 years, great, because when you've had that car paid off, you're going to pay less interest over time. That's more money you can put in back to what I talked about earlier, back in your investments, okay? But there are always going to be things you have to have, and a lot of times you do need a car, all right, depending on where you live. Some places you may not need a car. You can always bike or you can walk to your job or wherever it may be, all right? But you've got to figure out what works best for you. And look, can you afford it when your budget? If you don't have a budget, make sure you set up a budget, because all this is what it requires. Everything I talked about, you've got to have a budget set aside to do all that. You've got to know what your income's coming in and what expenses are going out. You've got to be able to marry those two and see what you have left over. Anything left over, you can go do whatever you want to do. All right, but you've got to hit these key points I talked about. You got to have your investment account. You got to have your emergency fund. You got to have stuff for your rainy day. You got to have money for your normal expenses. All right. A little off topic today, but it's always gonna come back to passive income. If you can set aside time to put money in your passive income, that is the best thing you can do. I'm gonna leave a couple links below here on investing in stocks and real estate. I encourage you to look at those areas, because that's what you need to do. That's where some of your investments need to go. You need to start looking toward your future. All right, a little off topic today, but I wanted to give you this quick little point, because I know you're in your 20s, you're trying to figure out what's the answer. There's so many answers out there. All these little gurus coming out, all these different ideas showing you what you can and can't do. But I'm going to tell you from my experience, because I've lived in my 20s, lived in my 30s. So yes, I'm in my 40s now. I can go back and sit back and talk to you what I'm doing now and what I have done, and some key things you need to do. All right. If I encourage you to listen to this. If you need to play it again, I encourage you to rewind this, play it again, and share it with your friends. I encourage you to share this with your friends. But if you haven't already, like this video, subscribe, click the bell notification. I want to bring you back to you another video next Friday. All right. And this Sunday is going to be another little video. So make sure you check it out. All right. Take care. Have a great day.